Hi, everybody. It is week number 4. I'm recording this video ahead of time since I am gone this week on my cruise. Please forgive me for being out of the area and not being able to do a live stream with you this week. But hopefully this will be helpful. I just wanted to give you a couple of quick reminders for this week since I'm not going to be there to do this on Wednesday. So if you haven't already, make sure that you get going on week number 3, which we talked about last week in our live stream. You have chapters 5 and 6 and discussions 5 and 6 and self-assessment number 1. And there was obviously the extra credit question from last week as well. But this week we are in week number 4, and we're continuing with some very core topics in the field of of psychology. So this week we have chapter 7 on memory and chapter 8 on cognition. Again, two very kind of core topics for this course. So make sure that you read chapter 7 in the ebook, read chapter 8 in the ebook. And then as always, make sure you read through my lecture and watch my lecture video. As always, as I always suggest to you, you can listen to this or you can read it, but make sure that you click on any links that I have in here, explore any videos. I have a couple of videos here about memory loss, a great clip from Finding Nemo, great character related to memory loss. The key terms, and then of course on the last page, application. And I have a little video here about how to improve your memory, which might be a little bit helpful for our discussion that we have this week. You'll obviously want to do the same thing for chapter 8 on cognition. Make sure that you read through this, the first page being summary and objectives, a little bit beyond the book. And again, this video might be really helpful for the discussion as well on standardization, reliability, and validity. The in pop culture stuff, some suggestions of movies and shows related to intelligence and problem solving. There's a little bit on the key terms that you need to know for the exam. And finally, the last page is on increasing your intelligence and application. You'll also want to watch the lecture videos and take notes. Those are going to hopefully be helpful for you in understanding the materials. You do have 2 discussions this week, as always, discussion number 7 and discussion number 8. So let's take a quick look at those together. And as usual, you have my instructions at the top. You'll want to watch my brief introduction video. Think of these as like little mini papers and really elaborate in your responses. There were 15 points in total, 13 for your responses to my questions, and then 2 for your responses to a classmate. So for discussion number 7, you're looking at the topic of memory. And you'll have to watch my video here. There is a 28-digit sequence of letters and numbers that's in the video. And I would like you to give me some information here. So if you needed to retain the 28-digit sequence and you had no way of writing it down, how could you hold on to it for a matter of seconds? And then how could you hold on to it for several days? Now, as a hint, I put this here. They should be different strategies. So I'd like you to give me a strategy for how you would hold on to it for seconds versus a different one for how you would hold on to it for days. If you come up with a story, give me the story. If you put it to a song, you could always give me the song or kind of elaborate. But I want you to give me your specific methods and explain to me how you would actually retain this sequence. So make sure you give me a lot of that detail and information. Then I'd like you to describe in detail 2 specific strategies discussed either in the lecture or textbook that you could use to help remember information when studying for an exam. And then finally, do you have any personal tips for memory you would like to share? What are some strategies that you use in your personal life to help you remember important information? Like for me, I can never remember where I parked my car, so I always try and come up with little strategies and little mnemonic devices to help me remember, especially when I go to Disneyland and I'm in that huge Mickey and Friends parking structure, right? Trying to remember where I parked my car so I don't forget at the end of the day. For discussion number 8, you are looking at cognition and chapter 8. So again, same thing, make sure you watch my video, think of them as mini papers, really elaborate your responses. For this one, you are, how would you define intelligence? Give me a definition and what are some attributes that you think of when you think of somebody who's intelligent? What are some things you can do to increase your intelligence? And then finally, and this one's worth the most points, the book and the lecture discuss 3 characteristics that a test should have in order to be good, right? And I'd like you to describe those 3 characteristics and properties, define them, give me examples. This is really where people tend to lose points, right? Make sure that you definitely highlight what they are, describe what they are, define it, give me examples of it. Think of it, again, as more of a mini paper, and hopefully that will help you. So don't forget to reply and then also reply to one of your classmates. Finally, for this week, we also have exam number 2, right? If you haven't taken it already, remember that the exams are on the ebook site. I have given you a study guide. If you click right here, you can see the study guide. And on the study guide, right, it's everything on chapter 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if it's on here, make sure that you know it, you're familiar with it, you can answer questions about it. If it's not on here, you can let it go. And as usual, as I mentioned to you before, not a bad idea to write out or type out all of these terms. You don't want to have to be looking each one of them up while you're on the exam. That's going to take up your valuable time. And I would hate for you to run out of time on the test. So make sure that you study and you prepare. Just like the first exam, you have 75 minutes. You get 1 attempt. So make sure you're organized and ready to go before you begin. Make sure that you have a quiet place to take the test with good internet. And don't wait till Sunday night. Don't wait till the very last minute. Inevitably, that's when something goes wrong. So just set yourself up for success. Remember that the test is on the ebook site. I won't be grading these until I come back. So forgive me for that. I try to be really on it with grades most of the time. But since I don't have my computer and I don't have internet, forgive me. I will be grading everything on Monday next week. And if you run into a problem this week, please feel free to email me, but I will not be able to respond most likely. On the cruise ship, there's no reception and I'm in another country. So if you don't hear back from me, don't worry. I will be checking my email when I get back and I will kind of go through each one and get back to you shortly. So make sure that you complete all of these materials. Everything from weeks 3 and 4 is due by this Sunday night, April 2nd at 11:59 p.m. We won't have an optional extra credit question this week, but thank you for watching this. Those of you, hopefully it's helpful for the quick review. And we'll pick back up with the optional extra credit points when we have our next live stream. Next week is spring break, so we actually have nothing due. There's nothing required. We get a nice little week off break to recuperate and kind of gear up for the last push of the semester. But make sure you get going on everything. Again, feel free to reach out if you need to, but you probably won't be able to hear back from me, so don't worry if you don't. But hopefully all of you are doing well and hanging in there. I will eat something for each one of you. Think of you this week as I'm on my cruise. And I hope you all have a wonderful week as well. And I will pick up with you when we come back after spring break. So Monday night, you can expect that I'll be grading everything. You'll get an email with some feedback. Your exam scores will come over into Canvas. But until then, get going on weeks 3 and 4. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all after spring break.